They say nothing good happens after midnight. I used to laugh that off until one night in October, the night I picked up the wrong passenger. Back in 2021, when the pandemic was still tearing through the economy, I lost my job working retail. I had rent due, bills stacking up, and no time to be picky. So I started driving for Uber at night. It wasn't glamorous, but the late hours meant fewer passengers and sometimes better tips from drunk clubgoers. It also meant you saw weird things, people arguing in your backseat, passed out passengers, late-night confessions from strangers. But none of it prepared me for him. It was a Friday night, just after midnight. I had just dropped off a quiet couple at a hotel near the edge of town. My app pinged immediately with another ride. Pickup, 6 minutes away in front of a bowling alley in a rundown strip mall. Passenger name, Derek. No red flags. Pretty normal. I pulled into the lot and slowed down. The bowling alley was dark. The whole area looked closed. No cars, no people except one man standing under a weak parking lot light. Completely still. Hands in his hoodie pockets. Head down. Almost like he was waiting to be arrested, not picked up. He didn't look at me. Didn't wave. Just stood there like a statue. I rolled down my window and called out, "You Derek?" Slowly, he lifted his head and nodded. Not a word. Just the slow, heavy nod like it cost him effort. He got in the back seat without a word. Sat directly behind me. No hello. No small talk. I tapped the destination in the app, a quiet residential street 20 minutes away, surrounded by trees on the outskirts of town. I asked, "That address right?" He replied quietly, "Yeah. That's the one." Something about his voice, it wasn't drunk. It wasn't high. It was flat. Like someone who hadn't felt anything in a long time. We started driving. At first, I chalked it up to another awkward late-night ride. I've had silent passengers before. But this guy. He didn't blink. Didn't shift. Every time I glanced in the rearview mirror, I saw him, eyes fixed, staring directly at the back of my head. Not the window. Not his phone. Me. I tried to lighten the mood. "Rough night?" I asked. He took a moment. Then replied. "Just needed to get out of there." I asked, "Out of where?" He said, "Doesn't matter." And he was right. At that point, it didn't. 15 minutes passed. The houses were growing farther apart now. No streetlights. Big, empty yards. Trees casting long shadows across the road. We were in that weird part of town where GPS starts glitching. That's when he leaned forward slightly, voice low. "Actually, can you turn in here?" He pointed to a narrow gravel driveway. There was a house at the end of it, if you could call it that. The place looked abandoned. No lights. Windows dark. Paint peeling. Lawn knee-high with weeds. I slowed the car and asked, "Is this your place?" He didn't answer. Just said, "Pull in." Against my better judgment. I did. I stopped near the front steps. The porch sagged in the middle like it was ready to collapse. He didn't move. Didn't even reach for the door. I asked, "Everything all right?" He stared at the house like it was staring back. Then said, "Wait here." He got out, walked toward the house. But he didn't go through the front door. He went around the side and disappeared. And I sat there. Engine running. Hands on the wheel. 2 minutes passed. Then 3. I told myself maybe he was grabbing something. Maybe this really was his place. But every bone in my body told me something was wrong. I ended the ride manually and shifted into reverse. Just as I was about to back out, I saw movement. He was coming back. Fast. His walk had changed. Urgent. Focused. He didn't have anything in his hands. But his face. There was a twisted look. Like a smirk, but not quite. Like excitement or rage. He yanked the rear door open and got in. "Take me to the other place," he said. I asked, "What place?" He just repeated. "Just drive. I'll tell you." I told him I needed it in the app. He didn't move. Just leaned forward slightly. "Drive." I stared at him in the mirror. Something in his eyes. It wasn't right. I said again, "You need to put it in the app, man. I can't take you anywhere without that." Silence. Then finally he said, "Take me back to where you picked me up." And that's what I did. The ride back was worse. He didn't speak. Didn't move. I could feel him watching me again. Breathing shallow. Like he was thinking. Planning. I tried breaking the tension. "You okay?" He replied. "Not yet." We pulled into the strip mall again. Same spot. I stopped the car. He leaned forward one last time and said, "You ever wonder how you're gonna die?" I froze. Didn't even fake a laugh this time. Then he said, "I think about it all the time." He opened the door. Paused. Half in, half out of the car. He looked at me dead in the eye and said, You picked the wrong guy up tonight. And then he disappeared behind the building. I sat there for a while, shaking. When I got home, I opened the Uber app. I wanted to report it, or at least check the ride details. But they were gone. No name, no photo, no trip history. It was like the ride never happened. Uber support told me the data was unavailable. Maybe the rider canceled, they said. But I know what I saw. I know who got in my car that night. And I remember what he said. You picked the wrong guy up tonight. Every time I pull into a dark lot for a pickup, I remember that night. And I wonder, what if next time he finds the right car? It's been almost a year since that night. Since Derek got into my car. Since he told me I picked up the wrong guy. I still drive Uber part-time. Bills don't stop, and frankly, I thought I'd move past it. But 2 weeks ago, something happened that made me realize some rides never really end. It was another late Friday. Same route, same routine. I don't know why I still take the late shifts. Habit, maybe? Or maybe I was just trying to prove to myself that night didn't break me. I had just dropped someone off in the suburbs and was about to call it a night when a ping came through. Pickup, 9 minutes away. Location, same strip mall. Same damn bowling alley. Passenger name? Blank. No name. No profile pic. Just the words, cash tip. I hesitated. It's rare for someone to have no name at all. Even burner accounts usually have initials. But curiosity got the better of me. When I pulled in, I felt the chill immediately. Not from the weather, from memory. Same street light. Same spot. And under it, a man in a gray hoodie. Hands in pockets. Head down. I couldn't move for a second. Then he looked up. Same face. Same emotionless eyes. It was Derek. He got in the back seat without a word. Like we'd never stopped riding. I was frozen, but somehow my hand moved on its own, tapping start trip. Destination? Still blank. I turned slightly and said, where to? He replied with the exact same voice from last year. Just drive. I'll tell you. I don't know why I listened. But I did. We pulled out onto the road, heading toward the edge of town. No conversation. Just his breathing, low, steady, behind me. Then he said something that turned my blood cold. You ever wonder what would have happened if I didn't come back that night? I stayed quiet. He chuckled. Not loud. Not goofy. Just wrong. Then he said, I almost went through with it. At this point, I was panicking internally. My hands were sweating. Every turn I made, I questioned if I should pull over, call the cops, bail out of the car. But I didn't. And he just kept talking. People think death is scary, he said. It's not. It's what comes right before it, that moment when you realize someone else is in control. I said, what do you want, Derek? No reply. I repeated louder. Why did you get in my car again? He leaned forward. Because I'm not done with you yet. I slammed the brakes. Right there on the empty road. Put the car in park. Turned around and yelled. Get the hell out. He didn't move. Just sat there, eyes wide. Calm. Then he whispered. You don't get to decide when the ride ends. I do. I jumped out of the car. Phone in hand. Ready to call 911. When I turned around, he was gone. Back door still shut. Gone. No one in the car. No footprints. Just the faint smell of dirt and damp fabric in the back seat. I called the police. They came. Checked the area. Looked through the car. No signs of entry. They asked me if I was sure someone was even there. And that's the thing. I'm not. Not anymore. Because when I pulled up the Uber ride, it wasn't there. Again. No trip log. No pickup. No request. It's like he never existed. Except now, it's worse. Because every few nights, I get a ping. No name. No photo. Just cash tip. And always from a new, empty location. I don't accept them anymore. But they still come. And sometimes, late at night, I swear I can feel someone watching me from the back seat, even when it's empty. This time I didn't pick the wrong guy up. But I think the wrong guy is still trying to find me. Like, comment and subscribe if the story kept you on edge. Want more terrifying follow-ups? Let me know in the comments.